Hi, and welcome back to my blog and part 2 of Who is Andy. Um, Today I'm not going to be doing any walking or any building or anything today. It's just purely a talk, so you all know exactly who I am and why I come and ride here, particularly where I ride and build. So to be quite honest, I don't think there's really anything all that special about me. Only maybe the difference from between me and everybody else is that I was born with a rare eye condition. That's called Cone Rod Dystrophy. It's a pretty rare eye condition. It involves the light receptors in your retina, and they shape like cones and rods. And the problem by me is that even though I have all my cones and rods there, only a small percentage of them are actually working. Sadly, there's nothing that can be done about it. They trying gene therapy, but on some it works, on some it doesn't, and some it has actually a negative effect. So I'm not even going to try that route. So pretty much what that means is that I'm extremely short-sighted. When I say extremely short-sighted, my vision is basically 20/200. Pretty much without my glasses that I'm wearing now, which are Rudy Projects prescription lens. Yeah, these are a -9 prescription lens. So I'm extremely short-sighted, extremely light sensitive, hence the sunglasses, which I wear all day from morning to evening. And in the evenings I then have a pair of normal glasses that are lightly tinted for evening wear. And I'm also colorblind, so pretty much like reds and greens are the colors I struggle to see. Blues I do a bit better with, so basically what they call red-green deficient. So yeah, that's pretty much what makes me different to everybody else, is that I don't really see very well. My visual acuity in terms of percentage wise, if you had to go that route, without glasses you're looking about 8-9% vision. With my glasses brings it up to about maximum 13% vision. I'm classified as being legally blind. What legally blind really means is that I can see but I need assistance. And even though I have done very well for myself, I have tried to rely on myself as much as possible. Unfortunately, there are many a times when I do need assistance. Unfortunately, pride also takes over and I'm too scared to ask for assistance. Not because it's actually not fear of asking for assistance in that way, it's just more that I'm a bit embarrassed to say, listen, I don't see you very well, because everybody takes me as being normal. When you see me in the street and that, you think I'm normal, you think, just another guy on the street, not realizing that I don't see very well. Not see very well, virtually blind actually, but yeah. So I'm in a way too embarrassed to say that I need assistance, because I've done pretty well for myself to a certain degree. And the other thing is, I don't know, I guess pride. I'm got too much pride in what I've accomplished on my own, and still trying to push forward and go further. But it's not an easy job, it's not an easy task. And being visually disabled in a country like South Africa, man, it's not easy. It really is not easy. In terms of jobs, jobs are flippin' limited like anything. I can't sit behind a computer for hours on end. In fact, I can sit behind a computer for half an hour and then I need to move away because I get headaches. I can't work in a factory because the noise gives me earache. So for me, the only place I can actually work would be out here in nature. Pretty much working all this here, working outside here, building trails and building trails and riding trails and hiking trails and things like that. I find my peace there. I'm finding it very happy there. But there comes in the second biggest problem is transport. Now, I'm legally not allowed to drive. I've tried to go for my learner's license. I always tend to fail the eye exam, but always by just. No doctor, no optometrist, no specialist is prepared to give me a note and stand by my side and say, listen, you know what, Andy can drive, give him a chance. I mean, give me a chance. I've been driving a car since I was about 12 years old. I stole my dad's Ford Granada. When they went there, I took my dad's Ford Granada 3-litre automatic GL. I took it out on the road. I taught myself how to drive, and I've been driving ever since. Not regularly, but I do drive, and I drive exceptionally well. I struggle to see things like robots and traffic lights, basically, or stop signs, yield signs. In terms of reading traffic, I read traffic pretty well. I can see, by going by how close the car is from me, I can judge if he's slowing down or speeding up. So it's little tricks that I've learned over the years, but it's just no one's prepared to give me a chance and give me an opportunity. I can even ride a motorbike. I've ridden motorbike on a couple of occasions, and I ride actually very well. But yeah, I'm stuck either public transport, which is pathetic. It doesn't take you where you need to go, where you want to go. It's hellishly expensive, and it's also dangerous. So I'm stuck to either walking everywhere or using my bicycle to go everywhere. So I pretty much live on my bicycle. So for me, my bike is like my everything. It's my do-all, end-all to get wherever I need to go. So when that's not running and I freak out, there's a reason why, because now I'm stranded. I have to walk, and walking 20 kilometers just to go and do shopping, it's stupid. That's ridiculous. Can't even go on holiday anywhere, because wherever you want to go on holiday, you need a car, you need a motorbike, because public transport doesn't work that efficiently. Even just going to visit friends that stay fairly far away, it's difficult to go see them because there's no way of me getting to them, and I can't always ask them to come and see me. I mean, it's not fair on them. Besides, I'm not really a very good host. I've become very much a loner, a hermit. I live on my own. Well, I don't really live on my own, but I am on my own. I spend a lot of time on my own. So yeah, that's my story about my disability and some of the issues I'm faced with. However, you know what, I'll make the best of what I can, and like I say, I also would love to go ride some other mountain bike trails and downhill trails around the country, but just to get there is a bit of a mission, actually a big mission, and an expensive one as well, and not being employed, not having transport. So you can imagine the two things hitting together, and it's kind of like a slap you in your face. So yeah, that's now who I am and what makes me different to everybody else. So then comes now the reason of why I ride here, in particular where I ride. And yeah, this place is really not the safest in terms of, it's extremely rocky. This is all actually volcanic rock here, so it's all very hard rock, hard pack. So if you bail here, you get it wrong, it's going to hurt. And believe me, I've already had one incident where I broke my leg, in fact not too far from where that bush is over here, just a bit further on, I'd built a jump, and I jumped there, and I fell I landed straight-legged, broke my shin, and from there I pushed my bike and myself, and I still had my tools here because I was still working on the jump. So I dragged myself, my bike and my tools all the way, all the way back up there just to get to the road, and then I still had to go another kilometer just to get home. So it wasn't a very pleasant journey, so since then I'm very cautious of where I build big things and where I build small things, or if I just leave it as it is. But yeah, this is like close to home. It's a kilometer from home. I don't get disturbed here. No one bugs me here. No one has ever said anything about me being here. So, you know, I'm not doing any damage. I'm not doing any harm. I'm not hurting anyone. So, yeah, come here. It's close to home. It gives me a place to ride. Maybe not the safest, but at least it's a downhill trail that I've built, a track that I've built. You can ride your downhill bike or even enduro bike here. It's not steep, it's not long, but it is rough, it can be technical. It's a lot of fun. To be deadly honest, as far as I know, I am the last of the downhill diehards in this province, actually, in Gauteng. That will include Joburg, Pretoria, probably Vereeniging. There's no downhill anymore here. There's no official tracks anywhere, even though we do have the land and we do have the space for it, but it all boils down to land ownership and politics, to be quite honest. And so downhill is pretty much dead. It's pretty much a waste of talent. We've got a lot of good talent here. A lot of the guys that are interested in doing downhill, they have to move down to Pietermaritzburg or Durban or down to the Cape, the Western Cape area, you know, just to go and fulfill their dream of riding a downhill bike, which incidentally is a childhood dream of mine. I imagine as a child, when I was hiking in the Drakensberg with my dad, that I often imagined riding my bicycle down the mountain, hitting all the steps as like gap jumps and launches and, you know, big drops. And I already saw then something that wasn't even in existence yet. I mean, we're talking 1978, 1979 when I first started dreaming about this stuff. So I was like, what, 4 or 5 years old there, and downhill wasn't even in existence yet, and I was really dreaming about taking my bicycle down a mountainside at high speed and hitting big jumps and drops. And those days I was told to stop imagining and stop dreaming, and in 2010 it became a reality, a bit late, but yeah, it became a reality for me. I mean, I was already in my late 30s when it started, but I've been riding ever since. I love it. It's absolutely awesome. How I managed to ride it, that is the big one. A lot has to do with memory. I have to memorize everything pretty much on the track. Okay, when there's a straight section where there's no rocks or anything, I don't need to memorize that, but if there's a turn or there's a berm or there's a jump or there's a drop or there's a rock or there's a rock garden even, I have to memorize pretty much every little item of it before I sit down. And it takes me a couple of runs, but eventually I'm up to speed, and yeah, I can actually hold my own. I mean, I did well enough that I could that I took part in the Masters Downhill World Cup in Pietermaritzburg in 2013. I came last, but it didn't, for me it wasn't about being last, for me it was about taking part and fulfilling a dream. And that was the biggest event I've ever done, and to date it's the greatest event I've ever done. It sits so deep in my soul that I don't think I could ever find anything that would compare to that particular event, because I was riding against international riders. No one knew I had an eye problem. No one. The only people that knew was my friend that was with me at the time, who gave me a lift down and back, which I'm actually not back. Those days I was still married then. My ex-wife actually gave me a lift back, but one of my friends, riding buddies, he took me down He was the only one who knew my eye problem, and I went down there and I proved to myself I can do it, and I did it. And I knocked off from my seeding run to my race run, I knocked off almost 3 minutes off my time, which for me is highly impressive. And I was about, what, 2 minutes off the lead guys. It's actually a huge gap, to be honest, in downhill, but for me it's damn close. I just need to, and I know where I went wrong. If I had a couple more days there and walked the track more and ride a bit more, I would have probably knocked off even those 2 minutes and would have been right up there with the top riders. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining, I'm not even harping on it. I'm still in love with what happened, and I still love doing it. So yeah, I'll probably do this until I die. Well, hopefully not till I die. I'll probably be too old to do it. But anyway, I'm going to carry on doing this, and when I can't do this anymore, I'll still support it. Like I say, in my previous blog, I said that I'm a huge extreme sports fan, enthusiast. I've done multiple disciplines of my own. Even I've done skateboarding, I've done BMXing, all disciplines, majority of disciplines. I did road cycling, I did mountain biking. I'm not doing downhill. I did offshore windsurfing. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I have done offhand right now. But I did a little bit of pit bike racing when I was very little. Yeah, that's where my love for motorbikes came into play again. But yeah, so yeah, when it comes to downhill, like I say, it's memory, and then it's 80% of it's memory, and then the rest is pretty much divided up into what I can see and what I can feel going through my bike. So my bike is sitting in, well, I set my bike up in such a way that I can feel everything that's happening, and I can prepare for myself for whatever's going to come up. Because believe me, I can't always see the rock that you could maybe see. I don't see it, so I've got to memorize it. So I'll never be as fast as like a Greg Minnaar or a Bernard Kerr or shit, I can't even think of all the top, like the elite riders. I would never be as fast as them. And for me, it's not about being as fast as them. For me, it's about having fun and enjoying what was a childhood dream. Now the other childhood dream is to own and ride a motorbike, so maybe I'll get that one right too still. I mean, I'm 50 now, so no more time for dreaming, now it's the time for action. But anyway, that's it from me, from my blog. Like, subscribe, I don't know if you can comment, but if you can comment, share with your friends. The reason why I'm doing this blog is I'm hoping I hope I can inspire people and encourage people to follow their dreams, and no matter how difficult it is, nothing is impossible. To be honest, nothing is impossible. I like to prove on that daily, that nothing's impossible. Sometimes I do find things that are, I wouldn't say impossible, they're just improbable. They just, if you really think about it, they just wouldn't work. So it's not impossible, it's just, it's improbable, it won't work. But yeah, so yeah, if you know somebody that needs some inspiration in that, let them watch my video, or join my YouTube channel. I've got an Instagram account as well. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll get that to you guys next time. But yeah, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and on YouTube now, obviously. So yeah, please like, subscribe, share. I'm hoping in the next couple of videos to bring a bit more action and show a bit more of riding and that. Just note, I am on my own, so all this is solo work. I'm using an old GoPro 1, so video and sound quality are not of what the latest GoPros are, but it does its job. I've got my smartphone, and yeah, we take it from there. But yeah, chat to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Cheers.